Do you know how to read this date in English? Do you know how to say this year? Learning how to talk about numbers in any new language can be a difficult process, and it's even more so when you start to talk about the date format. The way that we talk about birthdays or the dates of important events can change a lot and is not actually as straightforward as you think. In English, we have quite a particular way to talk about years and numbers. It's a very quick explanation, so stay with me until the end of this video. Let's talk English. So when we talk about numbers in terms of quantity, for example, how many people are in a room, how much money something costs, how many liters or how many kilograms something is, we use full numbers. For example, there are 1,997 people in the room. It's a lot of people. That's a full number because we're talking about the quantity of people. This job cost me £2,020. I wasted €1,760. When we talk about dates and when we talk about years in particular, something changes with the way that we express numbers. For example, this wouldn't be in the year 1867. It would be in the year 1867. This would not be in the year 1960. It would be in the year 1960. We do this thing in English where we take the number and we kind of divide it in two, and then we express it as two separate numbers. 1684, 1702, 1891, 1997, 2020. We are in the year 2026. So in some ways, it's actually a little bit easier than trying to remember the whole number. You have these two smaller numbers to express. But something happens between the years 2000 and 2009. We do not say 2001 or 2005 or 2008. Between the years 2000 to 2009, we express them as the full numbers. In the year 2001, in the year 2005, 20 years ago, it was 2006. So there is a little bit of an exception to this, but generally when we speak about years, we divide them into the two smaller numbers: 1912, 1935, 1971, 1999, and then 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we go back to 2010, 2011, 2012, 2016, 2018. Really, the reason that we do this in English is because of the sound. That is the only explanation. 2009 doesn't sound so good. So what happens with a year like this, for example? Do we say in the year 1900? No, we would say 1900. In the year 1800, in the year 1900, and then everything after we divide into two: 1902. In the year 1908. It's just that 2000 to 2009 that we changed the rules a little bit. So then how do we talk about specific dates? Well, there are a couple of ways that you could talk about it. For example, today is the 16th of March, 2026. The 16th of March. This is an elegant, formal way to express it. I could also say March 16, 2026. Less prepositions, less words to use, very easy way to remember. Some people, when talking about the dates, use just the numbers. So, for example, today is 1603, 2026. But this is a very formal format. This is almost military. It's not super common, but you may hear it, especially when people are asked to talk about their birthdays, their date of birth, for example, because that's the format that it would be on an identification, on a passport. So 1603, 2026. So those are the two ways, really. 16th of March or March 16th. The 1st of January or January the 1st. The 25th of December or December 25th. When you're typing it, if you're writing English, of course, the date, month, year format is sufficient. Don't forget, the day, month, year format is the format that we use in the UK and I believe the rest of the world. So if you are dealing with British English speakers and you need to write the date, this is how we would write it. This date, for example, would be the 2nd of October 2026. Literally, the second day of the 10th month 2026. If you are dealing with American English speakers, remember that they write the date in a different way. They put the month first and then the day. So this same date would read as February the 10th, 2026. Literally, the second month and the 10th day. So, for example, to talk about some historical events in the past, I might say, the Titanic sank on the 14th of April, 1912. The Summer Olympics started in Berlin on August the 1st, 1936. The Beatles released their first album on the 22nd of March, 1963. And if you want to talk about decades of times, it's very common for us to say the 1960s, the 1970s, the 1980s, the 1990s, or even just without 19. Back in the 80s, back in the 90s, and people will understand exactly what you're saying. So let's recap a couple of things to remember. When talking about years, we do not use the full number unless we're talking about the years from 2000 to 2009. We split the years down the middle and we express them as the two separate numbers. 1990, 1999, 2018. When talking about exact dates, you have two formats, the 16th of March, 2026, or March 16, 2026. Of course, you can express them as just numbers, though this isn't very common in everyday English. And if you're talking about longer periods of time, you can talk about the 1800s, the 1900s, the 1950s, the 1990s. Talking about the years is really quite easy. There's a lot of little rules to remember, but when you understand that we tend to just divide the years into two, it becomes a lot easier. Just remember about the exception for the years between 2000 and 2009. Practice this in the comments below. Why not pick a few famous historical events and write their dates out in the comments? So this really was a quick lesson today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you find this kind of content useful. Thank you so much for studying with me today, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye.